Today we're covering Chapter 8, Lesson 8, Surface Area of Rectangular Prisms. And this is in your textbook on page 663 to 668. Surface area is the sum of the area of all the faces of a 3D shape. This is a 3D shape. And in 7th grade, we use nets, which is this. It's the 3D shape unfolded so that it's flat and you can see all the faces. So like this is one of the faces, and this is one of the faces, and this is the side faces, and then these is the bottom, and this is the top. And we're going to find the area of each one of those faces and add them up. Okay, let's try this example. They've already shown us a net, so that's a box unfolded so we can see all of the faces. And as you can see, all of the faces of this rectangular prism are rectangles. So we need the formula for area of a rectangle. That would be base times height. So to find the area of each one of these rectangles, I'm going to multiply the base times the height. So let's do this one right here. That would be like the back of our box. And that's going to be the base is 15 times the height is 10. And the back of the box is the same as the front of the box. They're the same size, so they're the same measurements. So that I'm going to multiply times 2. So this one was 150 because 10 times 15 is 150. And this one's also 150. And then we're going to do the sides. The base is 10. And the height is 10. And that side is going to be the same as this side over here. So again, that's times 2 because they're both going to be 10 times 10. And 10 times 10 is 100. So those are both 100. Then we have the bottom of the box. And the base is going to be 15. And the height is 10. So that's 15 times 10. And that, the bottom is the same as the top of the box. So it's going to happen twice again. And 15 times 10 is 150. So this one's 150 and this one's 150. Then we want to add all those sides together. So the back and the front, that makes 300 plus the two sides, 200 plus the top and the bottom is another 300. So all together that makes 800. And that's inches squared because area is always a measure of how many squares will fit on something. Okay, so there's kind of a pattern. If you'll see, we used every number twice. 15 got used twice. And 10 got used twice. And then the other 10 also got used twice. So there's a little bit of a pattern if you see it. Okay, there's also lateral surface area. So that was the total surface area. Lateral surface area excludes, that means does not include, the top or the bottom. So that means it's the same thing, but we'd take this off because that was the top and the bottom. So the lateral surface area would just be 300 plus 200, which is 500. Let's look at one of the problems you're expected to do today. This is the last problem on your list. And as you'll see, you're going to be given a 3D shaped picture. And you can draw your own net, or you can kind of look for the pattern. If you've noticed, there is a pattern when you write out the equation. So I've drawn a net and placed all the measurements. The long measurement is the 17. And this is the side. So these are my side flaps. This is this piece right here. It's right there. And then this side over here, I've drawn right here. So the measurements of that piece is 5 and 4. And so you are welcome to draw your own nets for each picture. The measurements on this end and this end is 5 and 4. So it's 5 times 4, because the area of rectangles is base times height. So both of those are 5 times 4. That would be 2 of them. And then this right here would be, the base would be 17. And the height would be 4. So 17 times 4. And there's going to be 2 of them. So times 2. And then this, which is 17, and the height is 5. So 17 times 5. And there's 2 of those as well. And then we want to add all of those up. So there's the equation. That's going to be the first question. It's going to ask you for an equation. And then we need to solve it. 5 times 4 is 20. Times 2 makes 40. 17 times 4 is 68. Times 2, which is 136. And then 17 times 5 is 85. Times 2, sorry, it's not wanting to write, is 170. Then we add all those up, and the total surface area comes out to 346 millimeters squared. So that's the total surface area. Then it's also going to ask for the lateral surface area. Lateral surface area means we don't include the base. The base would usually be the top and the bottom, and the top and the bottom is this green here. So I don't want to include that. So the lateral would just be 40 plus 136, which is 176 millimeters squared.